Welcome to the second edition of my video, Building Your First House in Ark. In this video, I'll show you how to build your first house, which will be a simple thatch hut. I'll start off with a very small minimal one and show you the benefits of upgrading it just a little and making it a bit bigger and more useful. So for a basic house, you're going to need a single foundation, 3 walls, a door frame, door, and roof. Now remember, that's the minimum, and you'll want some flat land. The way the building system works now, if you're not on flat land, you're in for a nightmare and you probably won't be happy with the results. So we place our first piece, which is the foundation. And I'll put the door facing this way. So first I'll stick on the walls. It looks like I'm going to have a dodo visiting. Come on, move. Thank you. Okay. 2 more little walls. Do keep in mind while you're out harvesting resources that if you start to get too heavy to move, start crafting. Not too many things at one time in case you have to run, but the finished product is usually much lighter than the resources required to make it. So you can actually go out and harvest and carry much more if you craft along the way. Now just throw on a single piece of roof. Now you want to be careful with the roof. As you can see, it can go in many different places, and you may not be happy with most of them. So I'm just gonna back out here, and there we go. This is like the minimum little hut to log out in, and in fact you can find thatch and wood versions of this hut in the low-level supply drops. They come as a complete little kit. 3 walls, foundation, door and door frame, and piece of roof. But that's a little small, because if I stick a sleeping bag in there, which I'll do now, I can't even, if I'm inside the hut, there's no way I can place it. I'm too close to it, I obstruct it. But if I'm outside, I can actually manage to place it. So as you can see, that is actually enough. Now do remember that those sleeping bags are single use only, so if you place one and you get killed and you use the sleeping bag to spawn, that sleeping bag is gone. So I am actually going to pick it back up. They're useful for traveling, and they're quite useful in the very beginning where you don't have anything else you can use. Other than that, I don't personally find much use for them, although if you were traveling and exploring a lot, they could be useful. So I'm just gonna, as you can see, that's a little too small. So I'm going to knock out the roof and 2 of the walls. And when you demolish things, you don't get all of your resources back. So do keep that in mind. You only get part of your resources back. And now I'm going to make it just a bit bigger so that it's actually useful. Also keep in mind that if your walls are only 1 wall segment high like these, you won't be able to fit in, for example, a larger item like the large storage chest, which is a very useful item that you're going to need. So a single high wall is useful only in the very beginning when you're really tight on time and resources. And I will just expand this a little bit. And as you can see, there's my little raft that I used to come over here and bring my supplies. And I've already got my door and door frame, so I just need 1 more segment of wall. Now, again, I need it too high, so what I'm going to do is pop on the 2nd level. for this example, I'm just going to toss on the flat roof, just to give you an idea. And then I'll show you how the sloped roof works. Okay, so was I smart enough to bring all of that? Yes, I was. First, I'll install the bed, since the sleeping bag, as you probably noticed, was a bit small, and a campfire. And I'm short one flint. Figures. Where the heck's... oh, there it is. So I need one flint. So I'm just going to run down the beach real quick and grab one. I'm going far down the beach because close to where you build, resources do not respawn. So I'm just going to knock off a rock over here so that I don't accidentally break something that won't respawn. Metal, stone, flints. There we go. Might as well craft that right now. Now you may be thinking a campfire inside should burn the place down, but at the same time they did have cooking pits in houses starting in the cave era, and given it's a game, I'd rather have the unrealistic ability to put in a campfire than all of the different engrams and building requirements to put in one cooking pit after another, like one for thatch, one for wood, one for stone, one for metal, one for I don't even want to think. Plus all the chimneys and everything else, that would just be a little much. So being able to just drop the campfire in and not worry about it is quite useful. And it'll provide you with both warmth and light in your house, which you will need. Especially the light's handy, but if it gets cold, you will be grateful for the warmth. And those beds are reusable. You can fast travel with them. You can spawn in them as many times as you need to. Do keep in mind though that they have a cooldown, so you can only use it once every couple of minutes for traveling and spawning. And now let's take a look at the sloped roof. So I gotta demolish that and I can't reach it, but if I jump, push and hold E, I can get the wheel. It doesn't work if it's too high, but it does work if it's only up 2 levels high. I'm not sure about 3, but 2 definitely works. I think 3 is actually too high. So now that I've got that, and wreckage floating in the air, let's take a look at the sloped roof. And I just happen to have built just enough. I need 2 of those, 2 of those, and those. So I'll install that there. I'll install that there. Okay, yeah, my front door is there. Okay, it did place, good. For a second there it sounded like it wasn't going to place. And that one placed. Slope the roof. Now when you first build your hut, you're probably not going to waste the engram points for all the fancy slope stuff, but eventually you may want to, and to get the sloped stone and metal, you need the sloped thatch. So eventually, when you've got engram points to spare, or you really want to do sloped work, you'll get the engrams, but you don't need to right away. And that gives me a bed, a campfire, and a nice roof over my head. Those sloped roofs are kind of nice. They make the place kind of big and airy. I really think the Thatch needs some work though, because that door can be hard to spot. And that is about all you can do with thatch. Now I'll show you one other little trick, and it can be used for upgrading. And just throw in a piece of wall. Actually, do I have the resources? Maybe. Craftables. Yes, I do. I think, yep. I'll show you a quick trick to upgrading here. If I want to put in a wooden wall, the way you do it is simply place the wall over the other one. You get a refund, a partial refund for the item that you demolish automatically, and you place the new wall. Now, that's only one wood wall in a thatch building, and it really looks like crap. So I am going to, this is downgrading, replace the wood with thatch, and there we go. My thatch hut is now once again a thatch hut, and the door is actually semi-easy to see from outside. It's just a real bugger inside. And my walls are now high enough to hold the storage units I might want to put in here. I can get a cooking pot in here. It's not big, but it's more than enough. And I can log out safely in here. Now, that wouldn't necessarily be the same on a PvP server, but if you need a roof over your head to survive the elements and log out safely, this is a good starter shack. And like I say, that simple one I did in the beginning with just one little foundation, it's enough to log out in, and it's enough to put a sleeping bag in. But something like this will start giving you room to store items and build storage units and stuff like that, so you'll probably want to upgrade fairly quickly. So I think that's going to be a wrap for this video. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing and liking. Do remember though that on this YouTube channel, I only post videos when I'm upgrading or updating a guide or publishing a new guide. I do have a new YouTube channel coming up soon where I'll be doing game series and daily and weekly video posts. For now though, I have this channel only, and like I say, when I post a new guide, new videos come along. When I post an update, the new videos come along. Also, keep in mind that if you look in the description, I have a link to my complete Ark guide, which covers taming, crafting, the Rockwell recipes, oil, diving, pretty much the whole 9 yards. So, and that includes also, pardon me, customizing single player and multiplayer servers. And the advantage to that is Ark out of the box is pretty much set up for groups. So if you're playing single player or you've got a small group, you may need to adjust some settings, and the devs have made it very easy to adjust an incredible number of different settings in the game so that you can customize it to your own playstyle. So I hope you liked the video, and I will catch you again soon. Bye bye and have a great day.